because we've been shut for so long.
Yeah.
Let's face it, we're all depressed without football here, aren't we? So,
Yeah, I think so. Since obviously going into lockdown, the team has changed a hell of a lot since obviously you guys probably last saw it. Some very, very good performances, definitely a different identity on how we play, and very exciting as well. So it's a shame obviously that you guys didn't get to see us in a few games because we have been on fire. So hopefully we can translate that with the new signings that we've got and put that into a very, very good season. So, but the lads have worked so hard, the staff have worked hard, Tez, obviously Gray. And obviously we're just looking forward to getting everyone back in, you guys back in, and really pushing and having a successful season.
cheers. Yeah, from my side, I'm so happy with all the work and effort they've put in. I can't thank them enough for how much hard work has gone in behind the scenes. Considering we've been closed for what feels like the best part of a year, the work has never stopped. Even when we went into the first lockdown, guys were sending each one of the players individualised training sessions, fitness programs to stay sharp, Zoom calls, even from a mental side where they're just getting together on a Zoom party and talking to them and having a crack and enjoying life really. It's been amazing and a privilege from my side to actually be part of and seeing what they've been doing. And I can't thank them enough for all the hard work, effort and belief and loyalty to the club that they've given. They've literally done every one of us proud, behind the scenes, closed doors, and the games that they've been playing. It's been a privilege. So, yeah, really, has anybody got any questions? I'll open it to the floor quite early and just say, what would you want?
Hope so. Hope so. Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yes. Fingers crossed. Yeah. I think we've got a good chance.
I meant Hednesford, not in there.
I think both, mate. Both.
Yeah, I think obviously like we're quite confident and we're a very positive group as well. And we work hard obviously behind the scenes. So obviously myself, I'm lucky that I'm here all day, every day, from the morning to the night to prep the team. So obviously we've got our own businesses behind this as well. So we're very driven, do you know what I mean? And if things go wrong, which you have to have the bad with the good, I think it's about learning from that and then pushing on, and I'm certain that we will do that with the group of players we've got. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think it's been a little bit of a blessing as well that we've managed to be able to do the stuff that we've done with COVID. You know, since it's come on, we've still been able to do stuff that we've had time to plan and to put things across. So we've just used our time well, really, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Any more?
Next question.
What are your ambitions for this season?
To get promoted and win the league. Yeah, I think it has to be like.
Happens every year.
Yeah, every year. I think for us, like I said, we're very driven and we're very confident we're going to do very well this year. And like I said, there's going to be hiccups along the way. That's football and that's life. You look at England, Scotland, everyone's like, oh my God, we're horrendous, we're not going to make it. Now we're in the final. So that's football, and yeah, for us, we'll definitely be up there this year.
I think if you haven't got that belief, there's no point winning the job either. There's no point doing it. You've got to believe in us and believe in the club and the group of players that we've got. Any more?
See that today there was only Andy up in the goalkeeping doing the practice with the Ewan. Have we got any backup goalkeepers? Or is the fella, the new lad that has come in as a goalkeeping coach really like Jose, stand in his place?
No, so we've got a few at the academy at the moment that are coming in that are very good. They've just finished their season, so we're giving them kind of like 3-4 weeks to go and get back up to speed, and obviously you'll see a few.
So there is a backup.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, there'll be a backup there as well. Any more?
Short and sweet, that.
So why did Jose leave? Did you fall out with him, or?
Nah, Jose's an unbelievable person. I think we're very detailed in our coaching and what we want it to look like. And so for us, for what Jose was doing a good job, but I wanted more. And I think Richard will do that, and I think obviously it will help Andy. But Jose is a class person, he's absolutely legend here as well. But sometimes, you know, it is good to freshen up. You look at Danny Glover, you know, when he first went, everyone was like, but sometimes you do have to freshen it up and crack on. And like I said, Jose, Danny, they've all been great servants to the club. But we feel like where we're trying to go into detail, we're trying to get and giving the players the best, we feel like Millsy will do that.
Yeah, so I've started putting a goalkeeper syllabus in place, which will be given to Keenen for the academy, and it will set the standard throughout up to first team, so you're kind of building the philosophy of the goalkeeping. So they're all working off the same thing, so that's been put into place.
I think to be successful, sometimes you have to be ruthless as well, which some people might have seen it as being ruthless, but we have to have the best and the highest standards if we want to be successful. But we never fell out with Jose at all, not at all.
Yeah, and he will tell you that as well. Any more?
Yeah, I was going to ask, how many players are you short of having like a title, you know what I mean, go for the title? How many players do you think?
If the season started tomorrow, mate, we will be happy with what we've got.
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not really
I think
watching England, mate.
I think the areas we've strengthened, we've got quite a young team, but we had to make sure that the spine was experienced. So we brought in your Brad Birches, your Landaus, your Reece Dyches, who had all been successful at this level or higher. So that was an area that we felt we had to improve in, which we've done. And like we say, listen, players will come and go all the time, but if it started tomorrow, we would be very, very confident with the squad we got.
Do you hope to bring another player or two in, or is that it totally it? Are you still looking?
If it fits right, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's got to be right for the guy. I think as well, like, and we're big on this, like, better people make better players. So sometimes you get, if you could see obviously what we see on the side sometimes and what people are asking for, you're like, wow, and how they act. I'm like, listen, if he's not a good person, first of all, he won't be at the club. He's got to be a good person and buy into what we're about. So people come first, and I think once you've got people buying into you, they'll do anything for you. So at the moment, we're very happy with the group of lads that we've got. And yeah, for us, we don't really need to look outside unless something like Messi come up and then...
So it was the money that took Ramos to PSG then?
Yeah.
Do you know one thing I will say about the set of lads you've seen, obviously, I know you've not had a chance to see it properly, but if you was to see the camaraderie between these set of boys, considering realistically they've been together as a full set, week and a half, 4 sessions. We sat in here on Saturday after our double session and we had initiation songs and all sorts. If you look at the level of camaraderie, the level of banter, the level of togetherness of this group already, you make an argument as to would you bring anybody in that's not going to meet the standards that these boys are setting. Because ultimately what happens is as much as we can set standards, we can only try and resonate that onto the players, and then they've got to do it in training, they've got to do it in games. And if you were to come to training sessions, obviously, and see things like that, they are setting high standards. So for us, anyone that comes in has to be better than what's in there. And we generally believe, we look at that squad and we go, as it stands right now, there is no reason why we shouldn't be getting promoted. I believe there's no reason why we shouldn't be challenging for the league. And that's no disrespect to any other club, but that's how confident we are in the set of players we've got. We are as management, as a team, as a club. This club is in a nice spot where someone that's played at this level and higher, this club doesn't belong at this level. It doesn't belong at this level. You look at the stadium, you look at the squad, you look at the infrastructure, it doesn't belong here. And we believe that set of players can get us up.
Just sorry, slightly off that, I know Sturridge meant a few times, probably other people, but it isn't could be right up there who will be challenging for the title.
Do you know, mate, we don't worry about anybody else. We can't, listen, money's getting thrown about left, right and centre. We can't influence that. All we can do is influence what we have here and be the best that we can. So for us, it doesn't matter if it's a Stourbridge, if it's a Rushton, it doesn't matter. We will be up there.
Promise.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try our best, obviously, to get the club where we think it should be. And like I said, never, ever, ever speak about any other teams, because all that matters is us, and that's it. Like, money don't buy success either, and that's as simple as that.
I think I can add to all that as well, where differences that I've seen coming into this season is because we had time to plan and prep. The things behind the scenes that have really impressed me from what these guys have done is they've looked at the finite details that you wouldn't normally think about. We were sitting there, a perfect example. We sat in one meeting where we was talking about pre-season friendlies. How many homes pre-season friendlies? Home pre-season friendlies would generate an income for the club. That's good. We had a very open and honest chat about it, and Keith said, well, I don't want as many at home because we've got to learn to play good football on other people's pitches. And we was weaker at the end of last season when we played away. And if we are going to give ourselves every opportunity to be up there, we must do everything we can to give us that chance. If it's a 1% betterment to the club, that's what we do. I've always said to these guys, we'll back them 100%, as long as there's rhyme, reason and logic to every decision, we are fully supportive of them. And every single thing they have done has exactly that behind it. That sort of response is, fine, let's do that then, because we all want to get us promoted, we want to give ourselves those chances. And that's just one example of hundreds of discussions. These guys have probably spoke to me from the start of lockdown 20 times a day. Unheard of, but that's the level of detail that we all have when we, whether it's having banter with each other, taking the mick out of each other, or whether it's proper detailed conversations about something, doesn't matter what it's about, everything they have done is to give us those 1%, and every single one of them 1% adds up. So that's why their belief, and that my belief as well, is that passionate and strong that we can actually do something special this season.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think for us guys, like, and these two will say, like, sometimes I've got bad, like, OCD, and I'll be phoning them at 10 saying, oh, look at this or look at that. 12.
Tell the truth, 12.
But, yeah, it's just, I want this club to succeed so bad. So, and like I said, we'll put our effort in to do that. And like I said, I'm sure we'll get there. As long as I get that 9 o'clock Love Island in with my missus. I don't want to rock.
No, of course not.
Any more?
Next question.
Jack left, obviously, didn't they? Louis and Jack left.
Yeah.
Were you, plus others, were you sad, obviously you're sad that they left, but you were, I would love to have kept you.
Yeah, of course. I think with Jack wanted to stay there. That's the worst thing. Yeah, like what's hard is sometimes when clubs come and say, right, we're going to offer you more money, people's heads do get turned. And I think Jack was at uni. Obviously, financially, he needs to be secure. Jack didn't want to go.
He was very honest as well, to be fair to him. He was very honest with us. He came in, we had a really good conversation. And I think with Jack, it's one of them ones where you shake his hand and you say, we understand.
The door's always
open to you, we understand. Yeah. Because as another one, great servant to the club, top lad, top player. We've had, like you say, he's been in and around silly things. Jack, we had a Zoom quiz. Jack had a 2-puncture tyres, turned up 5 minutes before the end. Just to show I wanted to be here, and that just sums him up as a person. So some players have gone because they think it was the right football move for them. Some people might be in a difficult or different financial situation to the fact that they need to move, but we just believe as long as it's done correctly, like Jack did it, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong, and he did it in the right way. And as you say, doors always open to Jack if he's ever stuck for clubs or anything like that.
And with Louis, he got a job further north as well, so the commute would have been 2.5 hours every 3 times a week, and obviously he's gone to Hamley on a good deal as well, so it was the best. He'd have been travelling, coming down, stiff back, best for him just to go as well. So
What league at Hamley?
Step 5.
Yeah. So and I think as well, the people we replaced him with, there's a lad, obviously you've not saw him yet, Todd Parker, hell of a player by the way. And I think he'll be one that obviously you look at and you go, wow. When you look at him on the pitch, you think, he's only small, but mate, what a footballer. So obviously we replace quality with better as well, which is important. But no, Jack will always be welcome back if the door is closed, and Dodsley as well.
One thing I will say about the people that have gone out though, and the people we brought in, we've changed the average age of the team. Average age of our team now is 24.7 years old. Okay. Now, for me, and I know we've spoken as a unit, that's a massive thing, because it's great you could have footballers galore and you can have names galore, which other clubs have. I don't care about that, because ultimately what we want to do is get people that are coachable, people that can change their mindset, change the philosophy, and we can all go forward together as a unit. And I think having young lads that are hungry, that have either been at this level before, or potentially may have come up, or even dropped that, they're going to be hungry to get back up to the highest point they can. And I believe we've got players like a Todd Parker that you look at, that you go, they're still young enough, hungry enough to push on. I still look at people like Lewis Ison at the back, Carl Rowe, I can see at the back there, that I still want to push on and I want to make the best of their career. George Cater, these are hungry players, and I do believe they're going to be hungry enough to go and win this league.
People naturally don't like change, do they? So it's up to the player and up to yourself to change that. And obviously, with this club, I think this club doesn't like change at all.
Yeah.
I've been around for a while now, and it's between the owners and taking over, and they do not change.
Yeah. I think it's a natural thing sometimes when you don't know where you're going. If you have no vision, that can feel like that. But I think, like I say, like Graham's got us obviously on board, and we can be very ruthless at times as well. And we'll be open and honest, so you'll always get that from us. And obviously, you know, if any of you fans felt like you needed to talk or anything and have some clarity, we're open for that as well. We're not like, we're here, you're there. No, it has to be a holistic approach. It has to be. Because the fans, like the players, obviously, we were speaking about earlier, don't they? Like, it drives the mood of the club. So that's important, and then you guys drive it back, and it's got to be that all the time. We've got to give to you, and you've got to give back. And when we are struggling, you still got to help us as well, because you're massive for us. So yeah, but no, sometimes change, obviously, it looks bad, but it's a good thing. Sometimes you have to be fresh and go again. You have to have it.
So in regards to change, with the squad of players you've got now,
Yeah.
what sort of formation and style of play you're looking at?
So this is interesting to re-speak. Foden and Grealish will be playing. Pado obviously at the front. We formations are kind of like a system. That's your starting point. But I don't look at formations. I look at more our principles of play and what that means. So when it's on a bad day or good day, you should be able to know how we play as a football club. So it might start off as a 4-2-3-1, but then go into a 4-3-3 or 3-2-5. So it always changes. So like, you know, depending on the team we're playing against as well, it might be different. We might be playing against a team that's direct, so we might have to change our way of playing. But yeah, formations are it's just a system to play out. It's your principles that are important. Any more?
Which is what?
Our principles.
Getting in there.
So, do you want to go into that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
We'll get the presentation.
Get the presentation out.
So, we look at, obviously we're a in possession team. Obviously we like to dictate, and you'll see that. We call it the football in 5 elements. So it's like attacking, what we look like in possession. So you'll see the pitch looking massive, we'll own the pitch. And then you'll look at us as a defensive. That's another second element, where we're nice and narrow and compact, and teams will not play through us. It will always be solid. And then you've got your defensive transition, what that looks like. So it's like, can we win the ball back as quick as we can in 8 seconds, suffocate? And then your attacking transition, so what does that look like? Fast, direct, vertical. And then you got your restarts. Is that all right?
Explained well.
There you go.
I'm not going to lie. We spent a lot of time as a unit coming through this to the point where, like, whether that be over the phone, whether that be when we could meet up, we did meet up, and I mean, we sat down and went through, obviously just before meals were coming, we went through it in detail, didn't we?
Hours and hours.
Hours and hours and hours of times where we looked at stuff, and an hour later we'd get a message saying, nah lads, that's getting ripped up, that didn't make no sense. And then an hour later, oh, now actually throw that in there. And then Deaksbury job, I think I think that the principles are well thought of, they're well planned, but they're flexible.
And simplistic.
And simplicity, that's the next one I was going to do, is simple. Because I think the key thing, and this is something that I know I picked up from both Deeks and the gaffer, is simplicity is key. These players need to just know exactly what they're doing, when we want them to do it, and understand how they can express themselves when they get the ball. And I think, obviously not had a chance to see it probably before lockdown, they started to get it inside, 3-4 weeks? And I don't think really we went even started getting into gear. You see today, that's probably one of the first sessions that we've really got into anything overly tactical. And I think the more and more that they start to pick it up, the better these players will become.
You're not going to run off to Solly, are you?
Oh my God, wow.
No. Definitely not. We'll be like, definitely not. No, we'll be here. Like I said, for me, it's repaying Gray, putting his trust in us, like as a coach thing. Because realistically, I'm 31. Jemiah, would you?
Poor from you, don't know. Poor from you, like
35.
35, mate.
35. So Jemiah's my cousin as well, so he's my big cousin, so he's my bodyguard too.
It's not, I'm the quiet one, that's the angry.
How do you do?
34.
34 Millsy.
35.
So I'm the baby really, but
yeah.
Well, no.
I think when you're on about change and the chair putting us on 3-year contracts and stuff like that, it's a massive show of belief.
Yeah.
So no, we're here to stay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Can I just add my personal thanks to you guys for the development of the young players. I know that Carter and Ollie broke in last year and developed themselves, and I know the academy have had a fantastic year this season and have been promoting. So it's thanks to you guys for showing the loyalty to give them a chance.
Yeah.
Will you be doing the same this year?
Yeah, 100%. So our academy and our first team, again, it's that holistic approach. Exactly how the first team will play, the academy will play. So if you see lads coming out from the academy into our first team, it's the same philosophy, same way of playing. So you'll never see them looking kind of like they don't belong in that position or with the first team. The only thing that's different is the tempo, but the same principles apply. So again, that clarity and that simplicity is really important. So yeah, hopefully this year, again, we got some really good players. Obviously, we got Paddo at the front.
No pressure, Paddo.
No pressure, mate.
Put the camera on him there.
We've got Costa that trained. There's a lad called Namer who's very, very good. Ramal. So and them boys will be going out on loan as well and mixing with the first team. And like I said, hopefully we can get a few again through our system and pushing on.
I can add to that as well, where not just stopping at the academy. Over the last 12 months, we have been working hard to integrate further with the youth setup, etc. And that is definitely happening. And a lot of people will be hearing and seeing a lot more of that in the future. We're getting more involved. We're talking about how we as a management team can then pass what we're teaching in the first team down through the academy and down into the younger age groups as well, even into the vets team, which will be impressive if we manage to get that tempo in that.
I'm not running around in that team.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of that going on, and we want to continue growing that. So we have an identity, and it doesn't matter which team you'll see playing. I had the pleasure of going to watch the girls in their cup final. Some of the academy lads was actually involved in training and teaching them as well, and the identity and the style of football was really impressive by the fact that you can see the same following through. And to be fair, that's not even down to us, that's with the guys from the academy then teaching what they're learning into other teams. But we want to get more involved on all that side, and because it's better for the club, it gives the club a future. It's not just what are we doing now, we are sat there and we are talking about the future of the club. How do we develop, how do we integrate better, what can we do to be better for others, and what can they do to help us as well, because we said at the start, we need everybody. We need everybody involved for the future of this club. And it's happening. And it's happened in a time when the club's been closed. We've been forced to shut it. And to see that stuff happening is incredible. So I'm excited really to see what they do.
I think we got a bit excited, but like also as well, we're very grounded as well. Yeah. Like you have to be, because for me, like you can only affect your next game, especially if you want to get promoted. So it's the next game, lads will win, yeah, happy on Saturday, Sunday, bang, gone. We go to the next one, and that's the attitude we'll have. Yeah.
You'll see a lot of things like development. The reason why I mentioned it, I've just seen Alf. So you can see young man at the back there, Alfie. Alfie's what he's our analysis guy. So Alfie is coming at uni, and these are some of the things you'll start seeing. You might have seen him up here with a green camera. Okay, that's our VO. That helps us towards analysis. Now we can all say here quite clearly, in a very short space of time, Alfie's half becoming valuable because some of the things that he does and the way he breaks things down into that simplistic processes, and can then keep that off to the academy lads, off to the first team lads, that then can hopefully build a philosophy that builds right down the whole club. So we are trying to develop in every aspect, and no stone kind of will be unturned. So as much as I know change isn't always nice, people don't like change. Look, change brings you to be uncomfortable. You can't get comfortable until you're uncomfortable. That's our philosophy. And we know sometimes it might be uncomfortable, but we know by the end of it, it's going to be very, very comfortable. So just stick with us through that process. See that there? I practiced that one.
I was like, why are you doing it?
Practice that one.
Did you got the mic then?
Yeah, I've done that. It's been done.
You haven't got that written on your hand, have you?
Nah, straight from my noggin, that is.
It's on the table.
We said just over a year ago we was going to be moving towards trying to get this club to be a full-time club. That's where it needs to be, that's where it should be. And to be fair, that's what these guys are delivering. That's what the players are starting to buy in and deliver as well. Carter is involved in the academy. The guys have been down to the academy, training with the academy. Whenever they've had 5, 10, 15 minutes here and there, they get involved. Why? Because they have to? No, because they want to. They've got a desire and hunger to win things. And they know these are all the 1% again. So you're seeing such a difference with the movement towards, especially with Key being here all the time, day and night sort of thing. But the other guys, they're around so much. I see Deeks more than I see my wife.
You do the bar.
But it's like,
Where's she sat for fun?
probably
Great points on the great points.
But we are delivering what we started on that journey, and it's not a fast journey. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, but it's starting and it's happening, and the future's bright.
How far are you willing to take the girls' teams?
We would
I assume that, I'm sorry, I didn't get to the game, and I assume the girls are reasonably about 15, 16. How high are you like, how far are you going to go with girls' teams, with women's teams as well?
That's exactly what we want. We
want
are
to,
talking,
you know.
We're talking at the moment about trying to get an open ladies team as quickly as possible. It's got to be the right team, the right players. We're not dictating it should be this, it should be that. We're talking to the girls' teams and saying when will they be ready, when do we make that jump up, etc. The guys have been fantastic working alongside us, very supportive. Hopefully they feel the same about us. Sat over there. But it's little things as well, like one of the girls got injured, she had a bad spine injury during one of the matches before the cup final. The first team, and again these are the little things that I wasn't seeing happening, sent messages, get well soon, we sent them on privately and what have you. And one club, one badge is what we said we wanted. And that showed it, and you know that was special to me because it was like that's the ethos of what we should be about. It's how we help each other. We're a big club, but we should be a community club where everyone enjoys being here because they want to be here. Everyone enjoys supporting us because they want to support us. Sometimes we will lose games. If we lose games, these guys will go away and analyse every single detail of it.
Blame him.
Yeah, he'll be on his laptop within 20 seconds going, what happened there? I guarantee watching it back. But, that shows progress, because we're not just saying it's going to be great times. When the hard times come, they'll sit, they'll analyse and they'll say, why do we think this went wrong? And they'll address it.
Yeah. And we do that all the time. Like,
do it, yeah. Self-reflection.
Like, and we're not stupid that we're, and arrogant enough to say we're going to win every single game. That's not football. But also as well, when you lose, for us it's a massive time to learn as well. So it's kind of like a win-win. How do we then affect that process? Why weren't we effective today? We need to look at this and tweak it and keep the identity.
We want as many teams as possible that are competitive in every age group, from as young as you go all the way up to open men's and open ladies football, and we want to be competitive. Even the Vets team, we want to be competitive. Vets League that they're going into, I think we've got to go into Division 3 for that to start with. We're beating Premier League division teams in that division already, but they won't allow us to play in a lower division. So it's something for us all to follow and enjoy. It's a movement as a club as well as a team, and these guys are instrumental in not just the first team but everything going on.
Yeah. Everyone enjoy the session today?
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Will there be a rematch of your race from...
You know what, I don't mind that, I'm in training. I'm all over that stuff.
I hope
do you want it, mate?
I hope so, because he never won, by the way.
Wow!
They wanted the fans to do it because they cheat the
time. Do you want to hear a secret as well? I even beat 2 players.
Nah, he's ran off. Kyle's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Kyle Riley and Reece Flanagan beat him as well. So no one's beat me yet.
Yeah, still winning.
We need to see that now.
Not out of these 2.
We'll do it. We'll do it now, yeah? We'll do it now.
What now?
These 2 need to fight for second place. I'm like,
and get Millsy in there.
Yeah.
Goalkeepers don't run.
Any more? Happy?
Well done.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
No problem.
Thank you. Thanks for
coming in, Gerald. Thank you. Love Island.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. I don't watch it really. I like it. I spectate it.
No, you don't like it.
Just